What's up, everybody? I'm Johnny Christ, and this is Drinks with Johnny. Thanks for tuning in to another week, another episode, another fantastic chat. I hope we'll find out in a second, right? I'm joined by two members of Fame on Fire, Bryan and Blake. And how the fuck are you guys doing on a wonderful Friday afternoon?
Feeling great, ready to get lit, ready to talk some shop.
Yeah.
Fucking go. Bryan's been talking all week about how he's just gonna get shit faced. Like, all right, let's go.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
It's 12 where you're at.
Yeah, it's 12 in the afternoon. You guys are in Florida, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
there.
It's 3 o'clock over here right now, so.
I love that.
But it's Friday. You can never start too early.
Well, I guess with that being said.
With that being said. So we start drinking now, right?
I mean, it's a little early for stupid questions, but yeah, let's start drinking now. Tito's.
I should have gone first.
Okay.
This is more than okay. You're just gonna have it straight, or what are you guys? High Life and Tito's? You're just gonna go straight vodka? What's up?
Well, we also got some sake here.
He's a maniac.
You're gonna do vodka and sake?
You ever try it?
Not together. I mean, not in the same cup. I mean, yeah. No, you're gonna have to. I don't have any sake at the house. I definitely have vodka.
Apparently, the sake isn't that great, so he's just gonna wash it down with the Tito's.
Yeah. So here's the deal, actually. Okay. So there's this drink that you can only get at Walmart.
Okay.
It's cotton candy flavored, and it's like a
Seltzer.
Seltzer, yeah. It's cotton candy seltzer. Fantastic with vodka.
Okay.
Literally
Cotton
the best mix ever.
Yeah, that sounds actually. I could back that. I could mess with that. That sounds good. Like cotton candy vodka. Yeah.
They're dangerous though.
Yeah, of course. Well, everything good kind of is, right? I love that you're just rocking the Miller High Life.
I got a lot and just High Life, so I don't know what else to go with.
Dude. So how's life in Florida right now, guys? Like everything's starting to get back to normal a little bit, but you know, you're in one of like the famous states for kind of not giving a fuck in a lot of places. So how was it for you guys?
Absolutely not giving a fuck. It's been good. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, we're pretty responsible people when it comes to the COVID shit. So I mean, we've been, keeping our heads low, grinding out new music, working in the studio together.
Nice.
Not really going out to bars or anything.
Yeah.
Kind of kicking it homebody style, you know?
Yeah, not playing shows.
Yeah. How far do you, where exactly? You guys are in West Palm Beach? Or is that where you guys started?
Yeah, Palm Beach, yeah, like right there.
Cool. So
no, that's where we are. We started. Yeah.
All of it?
All of it, yeah.
We'll end too. I don't know.
How far do you guys know the dudes in A Day to Remember? Neil Westfall's not far from you guys. He was on the show before.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of like LinkedIn. I mean, we're closer, I think, to like Josh, this player, and I think he's like right in Jupiter, not far. But yeah, I
saw him at the casino last week.
Saw him at the casino down here. Got a couple of same reps, on the back end of things. So yeah, pretty close.
Right on. So I only bring that up to say that like Neil was really hunkered down as well, and as you guys said, you're being pretty responsible or taking it a little seriously. But things are starting to come back. Shit, you guys have announced you're going to be on the Rebel Rock Fest September 24th to 26th in Orlando. Some big names there. Are you guys pretty confident that show's going off without a hitch, or what are you guys hearing?
Yeah, I mean, we just take things, I guess with a grain of salt because who knows what's happening. But, everyone's optimistic about shows coming back on soon, and especially down in Florida, around that August, September mark. We're hoping that everything's back to normal. And as far as we go, we're hoping to just, get the dust off. And we all of us live like pretty close to each other, so it's not difficult to get together and jam and write and practice and stuff like that. So
yeah, we're just really excited for when the world finally opens back up and we can actually get our sea legs back, go back on tour, see the world. I make housings for you and Avenged Sevenfold because has it been good that you've had like more than a year off?
There's silver linings, right? For sure. I mean, we got off the road in 2018. Took a little break and then started writing a new record. Then something we haven't completed to the nines yet, as they say, but something we're still working on. But we probably would have released it and been out a little sooner. But we all have young families. The pandemic hit. you know, it actually kind of gave us a little bit of a hiatus, but like kind of a forced one. You know, a lot of bands at our time have, you know, taken, you know, 6-7 years off and just been like, okay, we need a break. And this one has kind of given us that break in a lot of respects, without, you know, having to come out and say, yeah, we're just taking a little breather here. So, you know, hanging out with my son, he's 4 years old. I'm getting some of that stuff that I would not have gotten because I would have been on the road, as you guys know how it goes. I would have not been home with my family. I would have missed out on a lot of things. So that silver lining is, you know, it's been fine, and we're still working. And luckily I started this podcast in 2019 before this shit all happened. And then we had to swerve to start doing these Zoom things. I didn't know what Zoom was at the time, you know. But you know, it's been great to chat with guys like you, as yourselves, and I'm a pretty big extrovert. So for a while there, when we were like not able to talk to anyone or other than just FaceTime and stuff, now I've seen friends and family, of course. But for a while there, it kind of fucks with your head if you're an extrovert. So it was kind of It was kind of weird to hunker down. And then how did you guys experience it? Like when it first went down? I know a lot has changed over the year, little plus. A lot has changed over that year. Like, and things are getting better, but for a while there, we didn't know what this thing was. And it was pretty, I don't know. For me, it was pretty scary. But now knowing a little bit more research, people getting the vaccine, everything's getting cool. How was it like when you guys? Where were you when it all hit for you?
Oh, I got this. Okay. So we were actually on tour.
Cool.
Where at? And we were headed down to Jacksonville, and all of us were sick, I think, already.
Well, actually, hold up, because it wasn't a crazy run. It was just like a 2-3 week thing, just like kind of mid and then mostly East Coast. But our first stop from here, with the bottom of the state, we had to go all the way to Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay. And so once we got there and started to go up and over, we started to hear about everything. This is like late February, you know what I'm saying? Like, started hearing about everything, but we're like, oh shit. And then as we got to the next stop, the previous stop was hit, you know? And so we're like almost racing it. And we're just like, as long as we stay okay, you know, we're in a little RV and, you know, sanitize and just don't get too close to people. We were doing our thing. And then that's when finally it was like March 12th to the 13th.
Yeah. So our bass player got sick, and then,
but not with the vid.
Not with the vid, but then we all got sick collectively. Mm-hmm. Couldn't tell you if it was the vid or not. It was weird.
It wasn't.
Well, did you get tested for the antibodies?
No. Okay. Never got tested for that.
That would have been your answer, but I mean, I got you.
I feel like I dodged a lot of bullets. I don't know.
Well, you've been touring for a long time. I saw a wonderful meme months ago, and it showed a porta potty, and like if you've been on a Warped Tour and used one of these, you already have the vaccine, and it was pretty fucking funny. I was like, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
We're making jokes like that, similar to that. Yeah. Like, oh, we've seen, you know, some shit before. I mean, we're already good.
Yeah.
But so our last show was in Jacksonville, and I remember like the mayor of the city was like, on that day, he's like, we're gonna shut this down. It was on the 13th of March.
Mm-hmm. It was Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he's like, we gotta shut down the city. We still played the show, of course, because didn't think much of it or whatever, and it was a great show. But we got back home.
We couldn't wait to get back home.
Couldn't wait to get back home.
Fuck this! Like, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on. Like, there's like people are freaking out left and right. So we get back home, and I remember like I get back home to like this new apartment I just got and everything. I'm excited to use the amenities. I go to like the gym, it's closed. Mm-hmm. Go to the pool, closed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And my girlfriend's like, hey, we need to go get supplies. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, we gotta go get paper towel and like toilet paper and waters. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Nothing in the store. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, completely out of the loop for a few weeks. And then basically we all went into like, we're not going to see each other. We're going to be responsible. Mm-hmm. And then after, you know, a few months of that though, we were like, you know, no, fuck this. Like, we only see each other. We don't go out. We don't go to bars. We don't go to anything like that. We only see each other. So we're going to get in. We're going to work, you know? If one person's sick, you're going to know it.
Right.
None of us have been sick. There's been some times where people have like allergies and they feel like weird or whatever. And they're just like, we're just like, okay, we'll just stay home for this session, see how you feel tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
So we've just really been bunkered down in our own little closed off group.
It was kind of like a mindfuck in a sense because like you, we're extroverts. Like we like seeing people, meeting people, hanging out. But there's the introverted side of us too, where we all have our girls. Like I'm engaged and this and that. So it was like you said, a forced opportunity to just be a homebody and enjoy the time you have. But it being forced rather than like, oh, I want to. It's kind of like, all right, well, let's see how this goes. And it took a minute to really adjust, but
yeah,
now it's all I want to do.
Yeah, no, it definitely fucked in my head a little bit though. I remember like when quarantine first happened, all I did was eat pizza and Pop-Tarts.
Let's go.
Pizza and Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you stay in shape then? The gyms were closed and you're eating pizza and Pop-Tarts. I'm looking at you right now.
There wasn't any shape. There wasn't.
He's on a part-time paleo diet. So after he eats that shit, then he goes paleo.
I don't think part-time diets work. Any of them. If you're just going to part-time it, I don't think it's going to work.
Oh.
Maybe not for you. Maybe not for you. It's not for everybody. Okay.
Well, you guys are much younger than me. You don't know yet. How old are you guys now?
28.
28?
Yeah,
and
28.
Yeah. Well, once you pass 30 and your metabolism changes a little bit and that fucking vodka and cotton candy catches up to you, come back and talk to me.
All right. Hold on. Let's talk about this. 0. You see that? 0.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I got this vodka soda too from a local brewery. It's actually, they started with beer and they put vodka sodas in the can. They're called Four Sons. There's like right down the street from my house.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic
drink. Are you in Huntington Beach still?
Yes. Born, raised, probably would never leave. Fucking, you'll find my grave next to my house somewhere. I don't know.
How was it over there? Because I flew out to LA in December when the second wave was happening or whatever.
Yeah.
And everything got shut down. I went out there to do some sessions and whatever, and it was a ghost town.
Yeah.
I've never seen LA like that in my life.
Yeah.
So
No,
what was like Huntington Beach like?
LA was they're going to be the last ones back. I mean, places like LA, San Francisco. I mean, naturally. High populated places, people kind of living on each other. It's good. It makes sense to me. Huntington, I mean, if I'm being honest, they didn't give a fuck here, man. I mean, there was a lot of the bars like still open and everything. I mean, I wouldn't go to them, but I'd hear from friends and stuff. I mean, I've a lot of the proprietors of these places are good friends of mine. They're just like, I got to do what I got to do, and people are still wanting to come out. So I mean, I'd like to say it was 50-50, but I'd be lying. I mean, there was a lot of us that were like taking it seriously, and then you could see like everyone just out at the bars, no masks, just like having a good time. And some of my family members were even those people, and I was just like, it's not the best idea, but hindsight, everyone made it out okay. For those that didn't, I'm so sorry for your loss, but for a lot of people, they were able to move on and just kind of live. And Huntington Beach was definitely one of those places that was like, yeah, we're going to take a couple precautions, but we'll be okay. And here we are.
I feel like that was very similar to like here, in West Palm Beach, but we also have the people that like just straight up refuse to do anything to help.
Yeah.
It's so crazy though. Like 2020 basically just engulfed. It's like COVID. And how was your experience in COVID? Like what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it gets weird too, because like for instance, like my mother, she's super healthy, this and that, but she felt like a little something. She went to go get tested, and basically came back. She did the double test, like a rapid thing, and then the couple day one.
PCR
rapid
follow-up.
Said no, couple day one. Yeah, so you know more than I do, but basically the couple day one said yes, you have it, and so she's like, well, shit. So she felt fine for a couple days, and she goes, well, wait, so she went again and tested like the next day, the rapid, and it said no. Did the antibodies, nothing. Like she was clean, so it was like one of those false positive things. I know nothing. I'm definitely not political by any means or anything like that, so I'm not going to say anything. But like, it's just one of those things too that she got scared, and it was like, well, wait, no, she didn't have anything, so it's messing with our minds and this and that. So it's just a weird thing.
I'm just so ready for this shit to be over.
Right?
Yeah. No. Let's move past it here, even in this conversation. I'm sure everyone has talked about it for long enough. We all know what's going on, everybody. It's this is why we're doing this via Zoom. Let's cheers each other again. Thanks for being on the show, brothers. This is pretty cool for me.
Cheers.
Let's talk a little bit about your music, though, man. All right, so you got Levels that just came out in 2020. You guys released it. What month was that?
September 4th. Was it September 4th?
September
Nice.
4th.
Actually,
Very cool. Very cool.
Hey.
You know what I loved is when I listened to this record, right at the top, you guys kind of poke fun at yourself or your critics. I don't know. You can speak to it a little bit more. Of aren't you that cover band? So why don't you guys tell me a little bit why you started a record out that way?
Okay, so the big thing is that a lot of people did harp on us for being just a cover band, which, obviously is not true because we released an original album. We've had multiple original singles out, but, there was always that kind of stigma that people held over us. It was definitely a poking fun at thing because it's a Jay and Silent Bob quote.
It is? Wait, it's a Jay and Silent Bob quote?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, from what? Of course, I've seen all the movies, but wait, I'm.
So you know what?
Which movie
so
and where?
The fucking van?
It's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay.
And it's when they get into the van with all the chicks and what's his name? Stifler. I don't know.
Stifler, yeah.
Name, he's in the movie.
Yeah, what are you guys, like a cover band? I do remember this now. Jay says it when he's getting in the car.
Yeah.
And and Stifler comes in, Sean William Scott, and he comes in and goes, "What's all this talk about farting?" And yes, I totally remember that.
Yo, that is literally our jam. That movie, we will always go back and watch, reference anything.
Yeah. It's an amazing movie. Will Ferrell kills it. I mean, I grew up with the Jay and Silent Bob franchise. I was sitting, it was one of those times when HBO back in the day, if you had basic cable, they'd give you that little teaser for 30 days or whatever. It'd just be random. They wouldn't even tell you. It's just oh, dude, this channel's working. So me and my brother are sitting there. He's supposed to be watching me, and we come across the last 20 minutes of Mallrats on HBO, and I was and both of us are dying laughing. I mean, Brody is going insane on it. It's so that was my first introduction. Then after that, I was they've got more, and then we just I started going through all the fucking movies because it's fucking
so good.
So good.
All of Kevin Smith's films, amazing.
Kevin Smith is a fucking genius, by the way. I just watched. I got to be honest, guys. Last night, I went down a Netflix hole. I was up super late because I went down a Netflix hole. I started with this movie, I Care a Lot. Have you guys seen it?
No.
I think I saw the preview or whatever it is for it, but I don't know about
it. You guys got to watch it. It's a great movie. They do a little too many twists and turns for my liking, but Peter Dinklage and the actress, I'm drawing a blank on it. Phenomenal acting. But yeah. So I watched that, and then I followed up with The Last Blockbuster. And Kevin Smith is one of the guys that they're interviewing for this. Have you guys seen The Last Blockbuster yet?
I've been meaning to watch it.
Dude.
I haven't been on Netflix in a long time.
Yeah, it looks fine.
How have you not been on? Everyone's been on Netflix for the last year. How have you not been on fucking Netflix?
Gaming.
Look. I do things out of the ordinary. I like YouTube.
Okay.
Video games. And TikTok.
TikTok. Do you have a TikTok?
Oh, we got a TikTok.
Oh yeah.
It's
I gotta go check
kind
this
of
out
popping
now.
off at the moment, to be honest with you.
Oh fuck yeah.
We got some little moments that are happening.
I'm gonna have to. I don't have a TikTok. My only knowledge of TikTok is when my wife sends me something. She's like, "You gotta check this out." She's on it all the time. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah.
Oh, actually. So we did something where we're just in this room, this is Bryan's studio, and we're just in this room, and we one of our homies, Manny, who's our video guy and content guy, he just pulled up TikTok, and there was a loop that we were playing on the whatever, and I was playing riffing, and the idea came up Bryan will just shout out a band or something Disturbed, and I'll just play a riff Disturbed style over the loop, and we named a couple different things, and then we do a funny one or something. And then that blew up. I mean, that's 800,000 views or something. And then we did a follow-up where I'm sitting there, and I'm pretty sure someone throws out Avenged Sevenfold. So I play something Unholy Confession style, without ripping it off completely. And I'm just headbanging whatever. But people love that shit. You just get on, don't even think about it, and just do it. And it's a hit or miss. But so far, it's been a hit. So
yeah, honestly, you would be massive on TikTok, just telling tour stories and shit.
I don't know, man. Someone's gonna have to run it for me, though. This is as like tech savvy as I get, guys. I'm still podcasting. I don't even know if the kids even care about that anymore. So, I'm just having a good time.
No, podcasting's very in right now.
Oh, cool. I'm hip.
You're good right now.
I'm hip.
So
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's get back to the music that we just went around. We went around the block and a couple miles out of the way, but we started talking about the record, and then we went into a Jay and Silent Bob thing. I don't know. The listeners right now are like, "What the?" I thought I was going to hear about fucking Fame on Fire. I didn't know I was going to actually listen to this shit.
No, you're actually just hearing about ADD and how it works.
Yeah.
So, New Record Levels. We talked about the cover band. A lot of people know you guys as a cover band. I mean, let's talk about that. Let's be honest. Like, you guys have a huge following, as you mentioned, on YouTube for your rock covers of these super famous big songs, and you guys do a reimagined version of it. And it seems like you guys are kind of like doing it like once a month still. Like, is that something that you guys continue to do? What was the thinking behind it when you started that? And is it the chicken or the egg? Were you doing your own music before and then started doing the covers, or was it the covers and you're like, hey, we should probably start making our own music?
Take it from the top.
It's so interesting. It's got to be from the top, and it's a bit of a journey.
Yeah,
so,
let's go.
We were in a band. So Blake, myself, and our drummer were all in a band together.
So 3 out of the 4.
3 out of the 4. I was the lead guitarist. Not a singer, lead guitar player. And Blake was the rhythm, our drummer, Alex. And then we had this singer who was kind of a crackhead. You know how singers can be. And
not literally, but
I like you just threw yourself under the bus on that one too. Go ahead, continue.
Oh, I'm like a hyper-aware singer,
That is a rarity, my friend.
Yeah, but I still have the singer. I still do the singer shit, where I'm not aware that I was doing it, and then I look back, I'm like, wow, I was being a real fucking singer.
We've gotten pretty lucky with ours, but I mean, I've been around the block. I've met a few singers in my day.
For sure. But so we were in a band, and we were like, this isn't working. Let's call it quits. Whatever. We're gonna move on. We're gonna get away from our singer. We don't want to deal with him anymore. So Blake and I moved to Orlando. And our drummer, Alex, goes, hey, I want to do a drum cover of Katy Perry's Unconditionally. And we go.
I love Katy Perry, by the way, and I love this cover. Dude, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, but I just have to say how much I love fucking Katy Perry. Dude, Teenage Dream, that entire record, I was out front washing my car, blaring it, and like my teenage neighbor was like, are you listening to Katy Perry? And because I'm all tatted up and everything, washing my fucking car, listening to fucking Teenage Dream. It was, was when it was, years ago, whenever it came out. And my teenage girl.
2010?
Yeah. The teenage girl and her mom were like walking by, and they were really confused. It was fucking hilarious to me. Sorry, go on. You started with the Katy Perry cover.
So our drummer wanted to do a Katy Perry drum cover of Unconditionally. And we were like, okay. I had a studio in Orlando. It was in my bedroom. I slept on a futon. So, you sit in the futon. You sit where I sleep.
Yeah. No. Well, it's not shit where you sleep. You sit where you sleep. Yeah, no, I had a futon before as well. It's, it's convenient. It's economic. I back it.
Yeah. So Blake and I are in the studio. We're putting the song together for the drum cover. And so we get the drums done for it, and then he goes, hey, this would sound sick with some guitar on it. And so he goes and throws guitar on it by himself. Never asked me for it. He just throws guitar on it. And he shows me, he's like, yo, do you think this is sick? And I'm like, yeah, it sounds sick. He's like, I think we should, Alex should do, a full cover of this.
Okay.
Or something.
Well, at this point, we can't, it was a full production with, you still heard, the Katy Perry vocals. So one, that just in itself back in 2013 didn't sound that proper. And then 2, we didn't know really if you get flagged or whatever. So it was we're like, yo, we need a singer on this. At this time, Bryan was doing background vocals. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a singer. But he's a great engineer, mixer, producer, this and that. So he knows, what he's doing in the studio. And so we kind of we're fishing around for this and that. And I'm just like, yo, we're roommates and I know what he's capable of doing. And
And I said, fuck no.
He didn't want to sing it. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, and so no, I can go. He's like, no, I'll find someone else. And I was like, there's no one else. So I was relentless. I was like, nah, you're doing it. Like, let's just go.
Yo, he literally goes, just go outside, smoke a cigarette, drink some tea, and try it.
Yeah. And
I was like,
this is
fine, whatever.
This is your vocal procedure right there. A little cigarette, a little tea. You know, really taking care of the vocal cords. I love it. Let's go,
dude. Trying to fuck them up as much as I could because I sang like really clean and like choiry, and I was like, I don't want to sound like this. I want to sound like metal. I want to sound like Chester Bennington, you know. So that was my routine because Chester smoked cigarettes, so I'm gonna smoke cigarettes.
Wow, that's what the cool kids are doing, apparently. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So he finally convinced me to do it. So I do it, and I'm like, okay, I actually sound pretty good on this, and I do my utmost engineering magic on this to make it sound great. And I'm like, holy shit, I sound fucking cool. This is awesome. And we release it, think nothing of it. About a week passes by, we shoot a video. Another week passes by.
We weren't even Fame on Fire at this point.
Yeah.
It was literally Alex Roman, unconditionally metal cover.
Oh, okay.
A rock cover. It wasn't a band. It was just like a full performance video in a garage. I had gotten into like a fender bender 2 days before, so my neck was destroyed. I'm headbanging. I'm like, after every take, I had to just put my head down, like I couldn't do it.
Wait, you wait. You got an a fender bender, your neck's fucked up, and you still headbang.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You live the Miller High life. I'm just gonna tell you right now, you live the Miller High life.
I'm out. Give me another one. I'm getting higher life right now. So point is, we drop it, release it, this and that. It was called Alex Roman, and it's like, look. Something happened. I don't know what it was, but like essentially, then it went viral. Long story short, people were hearing it on this like alternative radio station.
This is 2013, by the way. 2013.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. People are commenting on the video. I heard it in Philadelphia. I heard it in Seattle. I heard it in Los Angeles. I heard it, and so we're like, what the fuck? So people are begging, like, yo, we need another one. So we've been doing this for years.
What is your band name?
What's the band name? So we've been doing this for years and played locally every weekend, and it didn't really go anywhere. We didn't really know social media, this and that. We do this like bullshit thing that we had fun doing, but like no name, no nothing. We just threw it out there, and it clicked, like right place, right time. So we sit down. We're like, I mean, look, this is a great opportunity to get back to doing what we want to do as far as writing music and being a band. But what are we gonna do? So I had the name Fame on Fire. I don't know what it was at the time. I thought maybe it could be a cool album name.
Mm-hmm. We sat outside in the morning talking to our pet ducks. Yeah. Drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes.
Wait, and
I said,
no. I got to interrupt you there. Pet ducks?
What? Yeah.
What do you mean? Like what? No, like that's a common thing.
They were the local ducks. They weren't our pets.
I mean, what are you fucking Joey and Chandler, chicken duck, fucking from Friends? Like, what's up, dude?
Basically.
Yeah, we had two ducks, Bill and Irene.
They were vocal.
Great names.
They were
great names.
They were such a good old duck couple. It was great.
Yeah, there were a couple of ducks.
Anywho, so we were like, you know what? Let's do this. We went past the ducks. We were like, let's do this. Let's give it an honest go. But at this point, it's like, well, shit. Like, seems like a pretty good business plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cover like, you know, top 40 songs as they're coming out. Do a fucking sicker version to it. People like it. We're developing our sound. Number one.
Yep.
Number two, the audience is growing for us. And then it's like the plan was always to drop original songs, but early on, just like most people, it was the consistency factor. I mean, we were, you know, young and dumb and this and that. Every 8 months.
We were also living in a party town. We were living in Orlando.
Yeah.
So, you know, we lived right next to the college, and so we were always partying at the college.
Yeah,
with the college kids, whatever.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that arena? I always the arena next to the college. We played it a few times. I love that arena.
You're talking to the opener.
No, he's where the Magic plays.
Oh, it's like it's like that network marketing thing. No, that's the arena. It's called something that.
Anyway, we played there a couple times. Nico from Iron Maiden came out one of the times. I remember that, and just the college town. I just want to talk about the college town. Is just I love playing those. I actually miss doing some of the smaller college towns because it was just such a party. You go in. I mean, we played in fucking gymnasiums, guys. Like we did that. We did that circuit. Like we go and do the college town gymnasiums.
That's awesome. So I love that.
Not to go off on another tangent, but you say Nico, and literally we grew up like essentially down the street from him and his son. Like we were boys with all of them. So
oh shit,
kind of funny.
Yeah, Justin, right?
Yeah, Justin. Yeah,
yeah, because he lives right there, and
so
fucking and his son. We met his son one of the times. I mean, I can't remember which came first, our tour with Iron Maiden or Nico coming out. I honestly, at this point right now, I can't remember. Someone could probably correct me in the comments.
I think it was Nico coming out, because I remember like him coming out to me. It's like, yeah, I was hanging out with Avenged Sevenfold over the weekend. Yeah, the son.
No, Nico was not doing that.
Yeah. He looked a little like, oi, so I was with Avenged Sevenfold the other day.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, he was I was a great hang with them. Like when they came out, I was like, huge Iron Maiden fan, and then he's like, oh, this is my son. And he was so respectful and really cool. And we just had a great chat and hang. I want to say the first time was like an outdoor venue in Orlando. I'm trying to think of which one it was, but anyways, it was many years ago.
Is it? No, it's not. I don't remember the name of that.
That's down here.
Yeah, that is down here. I don't remember the name of the venue.
Yeah.
Let's go back. So back to the story.
Yeah, back to the story.
So, anyways,
here's another ADD moment for you guys.
So we start. Oh, yes. Yeah. Hey, we got to go off on them. They're important. People like ADD. All right, it's in.
It's hip.
So it is hip. So we start eventually getting our shit together. We go through. We have this guy that we were working with. He was in a band. He was signed to Capitol Records, and he said, "Hey, I want to manage you guys." And we were like, "Eh," but he's like, "Trust me, I'm gonna help you get your shit together and help you put out content and grow as a band." And we said, "All right, dude, let's see what you can do." So he started helping us put our shit together and said, "Hey, you guys should be consistent with the covers because you know that it works. Build an audience, and then you can do your original music." And we said, "Okay, let's build an audience." So with our knowledge of studio, our work ethic, our manager, everything comes together. We start putting out multiple covers, and then we're like, okay, so we're gonna start putting out a cover and original, and then we put out an EP, and then I think it was around 2018 we really got consistent with the covers and originals, right?
Yeah, because 2017 was probably as far as like the cover game. I mean, we were doing like EXO Tour Life, stuff like that, and that really like did numbers for us.
Blew up.
Kind of changed a little bit of how we do things and add more like hip hop elements because we all grew up on it. And 2018 is when we started pushing a little bit more of the original, and our actual original skill, kind of increased. And I mean, it's not a given, but we're covering these, pinnacle songs. I mean, as far as songwriting goes, Adele, Ed Sheeran, like, oh, it's nuts. I mean, it's the top of the top in a way. So it's like you're kind of indirectly learning how to mimic that, but you learn from it. And so all of a sudden, 2018, our originals started to get a little better, at least noticeably better internally. And we were going back and forth, original cover, and it essentially got us signed.
Yeah, we signed to Hopeless.
Yeah, so I'll get to Hopeless here in a second, but I really liked what you were just saying there, Blake. Like the you're learning the songwriting skills. You're not just covering. You're like, these are incredible songwriters. That are creating these songs, and through transcriptions and everything like that, you're kind of learning their approach to music and kind of finding a way to incorporate for yourself, which I didn't realize how in depth this was going to go, but that's a really cool thing. I mean, that's a really humble and artistic way of looking at it, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you really learn what it takes to make a song great,
Yeah, and by no means is it like, let's say, I don't want to use the word like cynical or something, but it's not like we were using the strategy purely for our own benefit. It was just, we have fun doing this.
This is a podcast. Like you could just say you weren't doing it as a whore. You actually wanted to like learn these songs and stuff. So.
No, yeah, but I mean, it came from everything. I mean, just essentially structure. Melody is important for me, as we're all songwriters in the band, and for me, the thing that stands out is melody. Lyrics, Bryan melody as well, but he's the singer, so we even learn again indirectly on like how to really like hone in on emotion. And there's a lot of people that let's say, talk shit about like top 40 songs or whatever. It's like, oh, you know, it's just the most poppy cookie cutter stuff. It's like, in the end though, there's a reason, and it's not just because someone's name's on it. It's, you have to have that connection, that emotional connection to what you're saying one way or another.
1,000%.
Now, there's a few that, you know, don't necessarily need to. There's a few that, you know, just made it there without that, but we learned that as well.
Well, the ones that keep staying at the top 40s, let's be honest, the ones that keep staying at the top 40s, lyrically, they're doing great. Some of them are writing their own songs. Some of them have the greatest writing team, you know, of the era that they're in as well. You know, I mean, there's a lot that goes into a top 40. Like, a lot of people just look at it and go, you know, as you said, a lot of people kind of shit on it. But when you really think about it, like, it's touching more people because that's just what it is. It's pop because it's popular music. You know what I mean? That's literally the definition of it. So it's like it's popular. Yeah. So like, yeah, because it's touching a lot of people. Like, you know, and it's when you really break it down, and if you're really thinking about it, you're like, damn, that's hooky. Why is that stuck in my head? And then you break it down, you look at it, and you're like, oh, shit. That chord progression with that melody just makes so much sense. And then lyrically on top of it, you have someone connecting. All these elements come together for that. And you guys studying that, coming together and coming up with a record like Levels, kudos to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it breaks down to just like the emotional value of the song with, you know, the catchiness of it. Mm-hmm. You have those two in a song and you have yourself a banger. You really, really do.
And especially like with what you're saying, kind of breaking it down further, is almost the way you broke it down as a reiteration to us that in a sense, all this stuff, even though it's, let's say, a genre, it's still all an illusion. I mean, it's popular. It's illusion that it stands out to you because you feel it, you get it. And so in a very bold sense, our sort of, you know, what we stand for, if you will, and what we're like looking to do long term, and definitely not in a sense of we don't think we're the best or anything, no ego. It's just more of just like what we strive to do is, I mean, we grew up in an era that was, you know, you guys, and rock was like at a pinnacle. I mean, heavier music was not, you know, scared. No one was scared of it. And then we also grew up on where it started to shift to more pop, hip hop, rap. So it's like, in the end, heavy for us isn't a genre, it's an illusion. And so when we hear something like, let's just say like Juice WRLD or Post Malone, it's like we're making that ugly face when the beat comes in. We're going like, in a sense, it's like, man, this is heavy. Not a single drum.
I like you just called the ugly face, by the way.
Little John. Yeah, the ugly face. You know, it's like, I can't get enough of it. So yeah. So for us, it's like long term. It's like, why can't we, again, not in a sense like we know best, but why can't we kind of push that envelope? And, you know, a couple covers helped us do that, where, you know, it was rap songs that we made heavy, and, you know, dudes screaming on it like bloody murder, and, you know, these rap kids are going like, ooh, wait, what the hell is this? And then they go, actually, it kind of goes.
People that have never listened to rock in their entire fucking lives literally DM us and go, thank you, you opened my eyes to rock, or whatever. Like,
really, that's awesome. Like, see that when you get those DMs, I mean, I'm starting to love social media for that. Is every once in a while you get like that direct connection with someone that likes what you're doing, and they're just, you know, giving you a pat on the back, because we always pat ourselves on the back all the time, but it's good to like have someone else do it every once in a while.
Yeah, and you know, now there's like artists like MGK, Maggie Linden, like all these people being more rock. Trippie Redd, they want to go into the more rock realm. Like rock is on its revival stage right now, you know? And
I agree. Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it never really went away, but I mean, I'm also was disconnected for a long time as you get older. You get older, you have kids, you'll start to get a little disconnected.
Well, there's also the thing of you guys have your cult fan base too, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, they are the fucking best. I can't thank them enough, because without that, I wouldn't be shit. So, but let's get in.
I wonder if it's a great time. Hold on. Sorry to cut you off.
No. Go ahead, man.
Talking about your fans and this and that. I mean, it might be a great opportunity to kind of point my finger at one of your biggest fans.
Go ahead.
Oh, I heard about this, Bryan. I believe you have a tattoo.
What do you mean you heard about this? What do you mean you heard about this?
I have little birdies, buddy. I know what's going on in the world.
I'll tell you about the tattoo. Yeah, and it's not a deathbat though.
Which I think you should probably get.
Yeah.
After this, can we film you getting a deathbat tattoo somewhere? On your forehead, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want? Right on the forehead?
Yes. And can I do it? I'm not a tattoo artist at all.
Yeah.
Nor am I an artist at all.
All right. Well, we'll give you the
cerebral palsy.
No, I kind of do. Like it's actually an inside joke around me and my friends. Like I have the shakiest hands of all time, and it's a lot of people would say, "Oh, it's because he drinks so much." It's not that. Like I've had it my whole life.
That's like our bass player, Paul. Maybe it's a bass player thing.
Yeah, it's a bass player thing. It's gotta be.
Gotta be. All right, let's hear about this tattoo though.
So I have the Until the End tattooed on me, which is a B-side from what album is that?
That was Diamonds in the Rough, I believe.
Album? Was it Diamonds in the Rough?
I believe so. Until the End. I don't know, man. I'm the worst at my own fucking music, dude. My producer's just over here. He's like, dude, you don't remember. Like, I'm like, I really don't. Sorry. I mean, I know the song, but I don't remember what it was leased on. I mean, I remember everything about that song. That's a fun, interesting choice. What you got? Until the End, just those words tattooed, and what did that mean to you?
Yeah, but now the question is where. The question is where.
Uh-oh.
Chose to do it on his pubic region.
Yeah. Can I pull it out on this podcast?
Yeah, of course. I have to see it now.
No, it's obviously not on his pubic region.
You were fucking with me. Here. I was like, dude, I don't even know. Like, I got to see that. Like, I'm fuck yeah, I'm going down that alley. Like, you kidding me?
The underside of my sack.
Yeah, he got a shaft.
Okay, well that's where I draw the line. If you were gonna give me like full twig berries and whole, I'm not down. But like it is above it a little bit, and it says like Until the End. I'm like, how does that work? Because now I'm thinking about like why that would be there. Like until the end of what?
It's like
well, because until the end,
until you cross the line. You know what I'm saying? Like
until the end. Yeah, there's a line behind.
You guys are fucking wild. I love it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no. In all seriousness, though, I mean, we all grew up, listening to you guys and this and that, like fucking killer music. Like,
thank you.
But dude's a massive fan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. So let's get back. So why did you choose that? Why did you choose that that tattoo though? Like you said, from the song and everything. What was it about that song?
Because to me, it was one of those songs that was about. It was about friendship over really everything. It was kind of a song that, like, no matter what happens, we'll still be friends. We can go through all the worst shit and we'll still be friends. And, that's something I hold dear to me. Like, I hold my friends very dear to me. I mean, like, Blake grew up with him. Alec, my drummer, grew up with him. Paul came along eventually, a bass player.
It's always a bass player that gets that. I got that too. He came along and like, fuck you guys. I know you since I was in second grade.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly how it needs to be, right?
Yeah.
It's what makes success.
Yeah.
It's the bass player. But so, I grew up with all these people that are like my really close friends, and I always wanted to like keep them around no matter what happened. Because, growing up being guys and shit, you fuck your boy over sometimes, you break guy code, whatever,
Oh, okay.
You do things, but like at the end, you eventually find a way to forgive each other, and I feel like that's what that song was about. So it meant a lot to me in that. That's why I got the tattoo.
Fuck yeah! Well, I appreciate you guys as fans and stuff. That's rad. I knew a little bit, like I said. I heard about the tattoo. I didn't know where it was or what it was, but I did hear that there was an Avenged Sevenfold tattoo involved.
It's probably the only meaningful tattoo I have.
Wow.
No chance. You got Monopoly tattooed on your head.
Oh yeah, Monopoly. Forgot about Monopoly.
Dude, see, I love tattoos like that. That's how I am about tattoos too. Like a lot of people are like, make sure it's something cool that you really. I'm like, what do I think is cool? The fucking horror movies.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I have one meaningful tattoo as well.
Yeah.
It was for Jimmy the Rev Sullivan. But other than that, the rest. I have a fucking no ghost from Ghostbusters on my leg. Like I just think shit's funny.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, like that tattoos just need to look cool. They don't even mean anything.
No. I don't even know if they look that cool. I mean, good art does, but like I don't know if that looks cool. It's just kind of something you do. But some of our connections, though, like we're talking about Avenged Sevenfold tattoos and our connection. One more that we started to get into. We'll get back to levels in a second, but you guys are on Hopeless now. we were on Hopeless. When I joined the band, I met Louis Posen, the CEO of Hopeless, for the first time at a Joe's Crab Shack here in Long Beach, California. And I had just joined the band, literally Waking the Fallen. We were kind of starting to demo out. And I showed up, and I was all of 18 years old. And I'm sitting down with the CEO of Hopeless. I was like, I don't even know what Hopeless is, but let's go. And I sat down and I ordered a beer just to see if they'd serve it to me. They did. And I don't remember the conversation whatsoever, but like it was just kind of crazy. Like, how has your interaction been with Louis Posen?
Well, hold on, really, yeah, great guy. I want to say great guy, great restaurant. Actually, it reminded me because we have another connection. Then, if it rings a bell, Matt Messer. I don't know. He helped in a sense. He was like an A&R for you guys too.
Yeah. No, I remember Matt. Yeah.
Matty Messer, yeah, he's he's like boys with our manager Dan, and he's our homie too. Looks out for us, and love that guy. So it's funny. It's like a lot of small world, but Hopeless has been amazing. I mean, Lewis, Tobin. I don't know if you know Tobin or not. Eric Tobin, VP, great.
Again, I'll have to remind you. I just joined the band. I was 18 years old, and my only interactions was with Lewis at the time, and then our manager Larry Jacobson. Those dealings, very minimal interaction with everybody at Hopeless, but I do appreciate that they helped us out with a lot of stuff and released Waking the Fallen, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that album, great album.
Oh, thank you. I thought you said that album, and I was waiting for you to like follow up, and then I realized you didn't say that album.
That album, great album.
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, shout out Hopeless, obviously. They the thing is, it's like, I mean, numbers are just numbers, but you have to have faith in a project like us because we're climbing up, we're doing our thing, we're very independent, we're DIY, we're very resourceful. I mean, every one of us in the band and crew do something to attribute to our success, and from videos to marketing to branding, everything. And so it's not, but the thing is, it's not a guarantee that someone will have faith in your original music. I mean, because it's like, it's the same thing with, let's say, just regular critics of, oh, you guys are just a cover band, so we write the song. It's like, we're not just a cover band, like, check it out, right? So it's like, same with labels. I mean, for us, it's not the end-all, be-all, but, we were kind of shopping because we felt we reached the sort of like the ceiling of what we could do as far as ourselves goes, and we wanted to, it couldn't go up further, so we had to start to go outward and then up. So so Hopeless was super, super awesome to us, and very hopeful.
Yeah.
So they've definitely done a lot, and
really believed in us.
Helped us cross the line. I think. I mean, at the end, the product has to sell itself, but to get it to the people that want to be able to buy it is what they've done for us, and so. It's been great. So we're just kind of trucking along.
Yeah. And then hopefully we can get some tours going.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, everyone's hoping for some tours to come out. But speaking of some of your success, what was it? Her Eyes did really well. Your guys' original on I heard it on Octane. I know it was on Octane a lot. So tell me a little bit about that song and the success through that.
I think that song is an interesting one because that song is one of those songs that is just so emotionally charged, and that's why it connects really well with fans. It's angry in all the right ways, it's sad in all the right ways, and it makes people really feel. So that to me is what made that song so powerful to people.
That was also, so we were in the process of, let's say we signed with Hopeless and we had a single for them ready. It was called Over It. So it was like the announcement release, this and that. And then it was like, hey, let's talk about an album. And this would be our first album ever. So a body of work that large and that important, it's like, let's really get into it. And if I'm correct, Her Eyes kind of, the demo.
It was one of the last ones.
One of the last ones. Yeah. We're like, yo, this is like dope. Let's rock this. Funny enough, actually, I think you might find this interesting based on how we do covers and stuff like that. Cover, you have a song, great song already, whether it's rap, hip hop, country, whatever. I mean, we haven't covered a country song, but you know what I mean.
Not yet.
And
not yet.
So you just take it and you make it how we think it would be our style and better. So what's funny is that a lot of the demo process, especially Her Eyes, came about with essentially I was just kind of fucking around. I've got, I make beats and this and that, just like, messing around. And if no one knew any better, it would sound like a little Post Malone demo. You got your trap drums, this and that, melodic, and just kind of bullshit auto-tune or whatever. And then show the boys, they're all like, yeah, let's do this. This is awesome. And then you cover it, we make it our own. He taps into the emotions and lyrics, and we fire off the melodies. And then, so essentially, like, so you're using, it's not just cover and then it's like we really.
So you're using what kind of like has helped you write songs in general, like just that's a really interesting take. I do appreciate that, because I've talked to a lot of other musicians over the years and stuff, and with the new phones and stuff, you have voice notes, and we sit there and we sing stuff into our fucking phone, and because you're out and about and you're like, I like this idea, I'm going to put it down, and then you listen back and you have like maybe 1 out of 100 that you actually like. There it is. Yeah, he's showing me right now all the voice notes. This is just for you guys at home watching, listening, whatever it is, this is every single fucking musician. I'm not saying to steal their phone, but you have like all of the ideas on the notes, right? It's like, it's insane. Like, we just walk around.
He's got gold in his too.
Yeah. Oh no, there'll be like one you'll ever use, but like you got to get the idea, that like, and you start singing it. So I like your approach though of covering it, the idea, and that's how you come up with the original. That's an interesting take, because that is kind of what you're doing. The idea is there. Now, how am I going to make it come to life? How am I going to cover that idea, right?
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people do write like that. They just might not know it, because a lot of people will write with an acoustic guitar or like just to a piano. And you're like, okay, how do I make this sound like, if you guys were going to do it, how do I make this sound more like Avenged Sevenfold, Like, that's the approach we take. How do we make this sound more like Fame on Fire?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we also write together, and there'll be an idea that stems from a riff or something like that. But it's just interesting because if you've gone through levels, or anyone at home has gone through levels, I'm not going to say they're smashers, what I'm saying? Like, they're not all bangers, but a lot of them are melodies in a sense. Like, once you go back and you listen to it, you go like, wow, there's really no difference between that melody and like I keep referencing, but like a Post Malone or maybe like a Bieber or a Juice WRLD or something like that. There's really no difference other than him with that grit, and there's a very hard dynamic behind it. There's really no difference if you break it down. Again, it's that illusion of being heavy. And so it's just a fun approach. I mean, so that's essentially Her Eyes in a nutshell. And then, you throw a breakdown in there, make it fun. And
a place where you can headbang after getting into fender bender. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
That's why I'm like growing my hair out, because I find, again, talking about illusions, it's like when you have hair that moves around when you're headbanging, you have to do less work, So it's like our merch guy, brothers with our manager, Paul, so he's our merch guy on the road, and there's a part of a song, I forget what it might be Exo 12, where I just like, I get in position, and I just like, it's coming up, the breakdown, and I just go, bah, 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 and I'm just going like ham, and he zooms in, and with no context, no sound or anything, it looks like my head's about to fall off. Essentially, I gotta calm it down a little bit as I'm getting older. I'm going to the chiropractor. He's like, dude, you gotta figure this out. So I'm trying the hair thing. So maybe it just looks like I'm going harder than I am. I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, hang on to that hair as long as you can, brother. Shit, man. This has been a really great conversation, guys. I really appreciate it. Last couple things I want to get into. As I said, you got Rebel Rock coming up, Hopeless Records, Levels, everything's going great. Where can everyone find you guys? Fame on Fire at everywhere?
FameOnFireBand.com. You can go there. You can check out the latest music, latest merch, all that sort of stuff. I think it's just Fame on Fire on Instagram.
Yeah, a lot of places it's just Fame on Fire, but either way, it'll pull up if you.
It's pretty easy. Pretty easy on the Lugal search. You can find it, right?
Yeah, yeah. You can look up Fame on Fire nudes. You'll get all our OnlyFans on there.
OnlyFans, hell yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's only pictures of my balls though. So.
Oh, is that next to the deathbat tattoo?
Yeah. It's where it's located.
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
you guys are a lot. You guys are a fucking hoot. I gotta say that, and I thank you for being on the show. I got a couple more things, but I have to thank you right now just because you've got me to drink. I woke up just like a couple hours ago, and I'm already drinking. So I appreciate you guys for making me do that.
Good.
You know what?
You know, you brought up
cheers.
cheers, everybody at home as well. So you brought up Post Malone several times, as you said, Blake, Bryan. Have either of you guys gotten any feedback from any of these artists that you've been covering? Has anyone reached out to you and been like, that was really cool, or they're like, stop fucking with my song? Like, what's been up?
You know, I'll fucking say it.
What?
I'll fucking say it. TM88.
Yeah. So long story short, when we covered EXO Tour Life, which is Lil Uzi Vert, it's produced by a guy named TM88. TM88, super dope producer. I mean, that song went like a million times platinum. I have no idea what it is, but basically, when we covered that, he saw it, and the video went kind of viral. And so he hit us up. He was like, "Yo, let's work." So long story short, over a year span, you know, we go back and forth, this and that. Hits us up. He's got a demo for us. He's gonna drop it on his album, this and that, whatever. And we get this demo, and it's Wiz Khalifa.
Yep.
On his song. So we knocked out a quick verse for it because we were quick. We knocked out a quick verse for Bryan, and we just riffed on the whole thing. And we sent it back. He fucking loved it. Sent fire emojis left and right. Our manager Dan goes straight for the kill. Says, "Yo, we want the feature." So paperwork involved, this and that. It was announced. This is why we can talk about it. It was announced. Now
it was announced.
We have no idea. Long story short, this TM88 guy, he was going to end up dropping as a producer his own album on Capitol Records. It's been a year or two now that we haven't heard anything. It's not technically our song, but long story short, we have a feature with Wiz Khalifa, and that's pretty cool. Furthermore, I mean, we just we look up to a lot of these people, and so I'm not really sure if anyone's like hit us up to that caliber, but I feel like we're getting closer and closer and closer with the new booking agency, UTA, and stuff like that.
There's gonna be people that eventually come along because, like I said earlier, rock is
evolving.
It's evolving. It is in right now. What is the next step of rock?
Yeah.
How do we push the envelope of that? And so, we're out here really trying to think about what's next for rock and roll. Like, how do we keep this genre going?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you guys are kind of putting that on your shoulders there too. I think that's a really good thing to do. It's it's what everyone has done over the generations. People talk about like, oh, is rock dead? And, that's the funny thing, to guys like you and me. It's like, dead? The fuck you talking about? Like, it's still going. Like, and I think that's really cool. And we've heard that over the generations, right? There's the ebbs and flows of rock music, and I'm really glad that you guys are willing to take that on a little bit here. And after talking to you, listening, hearing the music, seeing the videos is one thing, but after getting a chat with you guys, I think you guys have a really already good solid start, but a really bright future. And I hope you guys continue with the way that you approach music and grow. And I just hope really good things for you guys in the future.
Appreciate that.
Really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, everyone, go check out everything Fame on Fire. 2020, they released Levels. Good album. Go check it out. Great chat with these guys. Absolutely loved it. Thanks again for having some drinks with me on a Friday afternoon. And till next time, everybody. Cheers.